My name's Cole Christopherson, and I've scaled 2 different agencies to 100K a month and advised just over $30 million in agency revenue. And so I literally scale agencies for a living now. I've scaled 120 to 10K a month, 39 to 50K a month, and 3 to 100K a month. And so I had you guys and some of my clients ask me the top questions and the top problems that they're facing in the agency game right now, so I can deep dive into them for around an hour. And I try my best to make these solutions as tactical as physically fucking possible so you can implement them into your business today. So as always, lock in and let's get to it. All right, I'm pulling them up on my phone. First one from Virtue Scales: single best client acquisition tactic other than Facebook ads to get your first few clients. Now this is a question I honestly get all the time because people are like, I don't have money to get into ads. I don't know what to do. People are saying ads is the holy grail of everything. Like, I have to get into ads. It's like, I see agencies scale all the time with cold outreach. Like, I have a friend or one of my old mentors who now works at Paylocity. It's this big like software company. And it's a software company that sells HR and payroll software to big B2B businesses. So these businesses have to be doing around like 10 million a year at least. And he sells to businesses that have between 500 and 1,500 employees. And I was talking to him and the guy makes like 400 grand a year in commissions. The deals he sells are literally $330,000 a year. Like, he's collecting $300,000 PIFs. I'm like, how are your leads warm? Like, how are you closing these deals? And he said, I'm cold calling. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So is a business giving you like warm leads that they got from ads and then you like just call them? He's like, no, I'm cold calling. He's cold calling CFOs and CEOs of businesses between 500 and 1,500 employees, and he's fucking closing them. I'm like, holy shit, dude, what the fuck, you're cold calling them? He was like, yes. And this is a big refresher to me that cold outreach really, really works. So if you don't have money and you're not closing clients and you can't run Facebook ads, do not use that as an excuse of why you're not scaling. People honestly overrate ads. If I can land clients with cold outreach, I fucking love it because it's free. And it's not free, but it's so cheap. Versus with Facebook ads, you're landing clients, you're worried about your ROAS, it's stressful. The good thing about Facebook ads is like, you can go and run an ad and not have to do a single ounce of energy, like make that ad once and you can get paid forever. Not forever, but on a long time horizon. And you're not sitting there manually doing it. Your time is way more valuable. But when you're at the beginning, like doing manual outreach or like hiring people with you, it's not a bad thing. Sorry, my camera just died, but long story short, the answer is SMS blasts. SMS blasts are kind of expensive, but they're way cheaper than like Facebook ads. But at the end of the day, all outreach is like, how many people can we get our offer in front of? With Facebook ads, it's often way more. But the reason why I like SMS blasts the most is because you can just get your offer in front of so many people way faster. Like, for example, when we're running a cold email campaign, let's say we send out 10,000 cold emails, or for ease of numbers for my fucking brain, let's do 100. So you send out 100 cold emails, the average open rate is around 22%. So you get 22 people to open your message and to see your offer every single day. With cold calls, let's say you make 100 cold calls a day. Average pickup rate, I want it to be around like 30%. And so that means 30 people are gonna hear your offer every single day. With SMS blasts, everyone sees their text. So 97 people out of the 100 are gonna see the offer. And the barrier to actually reply is so fucking low. All they have to do is just like text back, you know what I mean? So I would say SMS blasts, like I've literally seen people book like 8-10 calls a day with like $5 a day in SMS. Short little tutorial on how you get that set up. Go to textgrid.com, look up a YouTube video about how to get an A2P approved, make a message with your offer in it, or a message that we've been seeing work is just like a little bait and switch message of being like, let's say it's in the roofing industry. I'd be like, hey John, I'm in Alabama and I'm looking for someone to take on 10 to 15 roof replacements every single month. Can you do them? Right? And so they're like, oh, is he a client or does he want to sell me something? And then they say yes, you call them up and then you set an appointment from there. But I would say cold SMS is the best way without Facebook ads. One question from Ahmed. He says, how do you know what business model fits you? That's a good question. And that's a pretty important one. Business model, offer, niche, it's all the same. So I know a lot of you guys watching this video are SMMA guys. And I'm not saying this to give you shiny object syndrome or to say you need to do this or this or this. Literally every business model works. Like drop shipping works, SMMA works, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Running an agency works, coaching works, consulting works, everything. But the most important thing is, what business do we want to build? The cool thing about running a business is you can build whatever business you want to build in the whole entire world. You can build one where you work all day and you get really high profit margins. You can build one where you're doing X and Y and Z. And what I challenge you to do is go write out the exact life that you want to build, how much money you need to make in profit, what you want to do day by day. Do you want to make 20K a month in profit, fuck off for the rest of your life, have your girl that you're with traveling? Is that what you want to do? Build a family? Or do you want to make 30K a month, drive a Lamborghini, live in a Miami penthouse high rise and drop 5K a night, popping bottles with your boys at the club? Okay, that's also fine. Whatever you want to do is fucking fine. Do you want to be working 12-hour days, building something huge that you want to exit one day? That's also okay. But what is your goal? From there, all we need to do is reverse engineer what you want to do. You know, so an example of that would be like, let's say my goal right now, I want to take home $100,000 a month in personal take-home profit. That gives me enough money to have every single car I would want, have every house I would want, like payments, and go live the life of my dreams, traveling, doing whatever. And I could give my mom however much money I want every single month. She would never have to work a job ever in her life every single day. What's going to be the best way to get me there? How much do I need to be taking home consulting? How much do I need to be taking home with the agency? How much do I need to be growing to be able to do that? Right? So I would suggest you do the same thing. And then number two, it's what skills do you have? I'm really good at marketing and sales. That's my shit. shit. That's pretty much all I'm good at, and that's all that I post videos about. I'm the marketing and sales G. Like, that's what I fucking do, right? And so I can market and I can sell. And I also have a network of people that can help me on things that I don't know how to do. But does that mean I'm gonna go drop shipping? I don't know how to do that. There's no one best business model. It's just what suits your goals. There was a time where I was thinking of starting an insurance agency because I wanted to make an exit from a business, right? Because I can market and I can fucking sell like nobody else. And that's what I was thinking about doing. For the time, for the goal, it just depends. I would write out literally what you want to make, what you want to be doing, how much you want to be working, and then I would go find the vehicle that helps you get there. Something I say all the time is like, I'm a professional life liver. I live life to the fucking max. And the way I live my dream life is through business. I never thought I'd be a businessman. I never thought this is what I'd be doing, but here I am because that's what I do. Hope that answered your question, Ahmed. I got a question from Gregor58, and he said, hey Cole, I got problems booking meetings with cold calls. I tried a different offer, but still nothing. Well, you probably suck at sales. So that's probably it. I'm probably gonna end your question there. But genuinely, that's it. Like, think about it. Cold calls, you're already off to a bad advantage. Not that cold calls are bad, but it's literally just like so much sales resistance when the phone picks up. So it's like, hello. You know, think about if you're gonna get a cold call. How many times have you ever booked a fucking appointment from a cold call? Not like you calling somebody, but how many times have you gotten a cold call and been like, yes? Imagine somebody was trying to sell you agency services. Like, someone's gonna run your ads for your agency. You get a cold call and you're like, hey, Jim, is this Jim with business company? Like, no, you're not gonna fucking book an appointment. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 of you will, but it's very, very slim. So you're gonna have to be really, really good at cold calling to be able to book calls. And you're just gonna have to get way better at sales. Now, it's one thing, proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's the 5 Ps. I've lived that since the day I was fucking 17. You're probably not performing on this cold call because you haven't prepared enough and you just don't know the level of work that it actually takes to get good at something. And so odds are you gotta put your head down, train, learn, and get a lot fucking better. So a few tacticals for you, Grigor, or whatever your name was. Number 1, train way more. You need to get way better. The only solution is you suck at cold calls and you need to get better. But step number 1 is accept that you suck at cold calls. It's okay, and just get better at cold calls. Some tactical ways to get better at cold calls. Listen to your call recordings. You know what you should be doing. Cold call way more times. See what's working, see what's not working. Then obviously do the things that are working. Next question from Brody Kupchik. Best agency niches. I'm biased because I know what I'm good at. Sorry, my camera died, so I have no idea what I was just saying, to be completely honest. But best agency niches, I'm not gonna like sit here and tell you there is one. All of them suck. There's ups and downs. The roofing industry's been cooked for a little bit, but it gives you 2 options. Either one, you look at it and you're like, okay, I need to make something new in this industry because there's always gonna be a need in every single industry for a good marketing agency. If there's a big industry and people aren't buying right now, it literally just means that there is a need for a better agency to come in. And that gives you an opportunity to make something new in an already good market, already established market, and go take over, right? So I would either do that, or there's like smaller niches right now that like are super blue ocean, like no one's ever been in them. And so those are pretty good, like tree care. So like arborists, venture capitalists, private equity firms. Other than that, like hardscapers is pretty good, landscapers, just like small stuff like that. But I'm not gonna sit here and say there's a best niche. Loic Scales says, how can I Looksmax and get more aura? It's a great question. Looksmaxing, I've been Looksmaxing since I was in fucking 8th grade. For some context, I used to be a model for Ford. They're out in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I've shot for Burberry, Nike, companies like that. So a few things I would say is 1, drink a lot of water and keep really good care of your face. Like, call me sus, I don't care. I get my eyebrows done all the time. I'm getting cuts bi-weekly. I would take really, really good care of yourself and just do the things you know you should be doing. Go to the gym, eat right. Like a big thing is gonna be just getting leaner, right? It's gonna lean down your face a lot. So eat in a calorie deficit, eat high in protein. So what I would do to eat in a calorie deficit, Cole Fitness Trainer real quick, is I would go look up like a calorie calculator. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be okay. So go, you're gonna put in your height, your weight, how active you are, and then you're gonna get a calorie amount out. After you get the calorie amount out, if you wanna get leaner, I would say eat 500 less calories than that. Track your weight every day for a week. As long as it's going down, you keep eating that much. If it's not going down, you have to cut your calories more and make sure you're getting your protein in. Number 1, take care of your face, like a cleanser and a moisturizer. Usually that's fine for like most dudes. Other than that, get tanner, lean down your face, take care of your fucking facial features. Like a few different things, like people dye their eyebrows darker, but a biggest thing is like get your face leaner, take care of your body, start going to the gym, and you'll be fine. And the second thing is like stop trying to copy people and exactly what they do. Like I'll see people copy like this type of clothes that I wear, like even like where my tattoos are placed. Like I had this tattoo and someone copied like exactly where my tattoo was, my tattoo. Like you were literally copying another man. Like aura is literally defined as like, it cannot be copied. Like you cannot steal my aura because it is mine. So you have to build up the confidence in yourself and become the man that you know you can be. And the only way you can do that is stop breaking promises to yourself, right? So stop telling yourself you're gonna do shit and not doing it. Prove to yourself that you're really who the fuck you say you are. Because I bet you might have a big ego watching this video, but you're not actually doing the shit that you need to be doing. So 99% of your problems as a man are gonna be solved by taking care of your fucking face, cleanser, moisturize, eating in a calorie deficit. If you're super skinny, eat a calorie surplus, so do the same exact thing I said, but do like like 300 calories above instead of 500 calories below. And I hope that answered y'all's question. I can talk about that shit for fucking ages, but yeah, I'll just stop there. Next from Arya, that's actually my fucking roommate. He said, what's the best way to gain industry knowledge when you're first starting out? I would say the best way is something I got from Joel Kaplan, my first mentor. And he said to literally just call the industry, like someone in the industry. So like if you're in solar, call a solar guy and just be like, hey, I'm running a marketing project for my school and I'm in college. Do you mind if I ask you questions about the industry for my marketing class? And he says, no problem. And you just start asking fucking questions. How much do you get paid for a normal deal? How do you get leads right now? Like whatever. Other than that, what else I would do is I just get more sales calls, because the more sales calls you get, the more people you're going to be talking to. You're going to have to get over that learning curve no matter what, but it's just like how fast you're going to do it. I would say probably it takes like 30 sales calls to get a good grip on like what people think, what leads they want, and like typical trends. So I'd say take as many sales calls as fast as you can, number one. Number two, call the guy in the industry. Number three, I would go pay a big agency owner, doesn't even have to be huge, but an agency owner in that industry, or just connect with one and go talk to him about it. But those are the top 3 ways that I would get more knowledge about my niche if I was first starting out. Next, Mashal asked me, what is my biggest fear? That's a great question. I would say my biggest fear, Mashal, is inadequacy, just not being good enough. And it's funny because I'll be here and sit here and be like, good enough for who? Good enough at what? But my biggest fear is I'm 85 years old. I'm sitting there, my wife, my kids, and I'm just like, I could have been better. Like, what the fuck did I do my whole life? It's not even like being good enough. I guess it's more in the sense of like, did I just waste my fucking life? Did I just sit here for 85 years dicking around, wasting my life and not reaching my potential? Now that's something really fucking scary to me. Am I going to grow old and be like, did I waste my whole fucking life? And that would be my biggest regret. And that's the thing I'm most scared of. And so that's what I live my life around. I live my life, I wake up every single day and I say, Cole, you're gonna die. And the odds of you being born are 1 in 400 trillion. The odds of me being born are a statistical anomaly. I literally am lucky to be here at all. And so I think these entrepreneurs get stuck in this trap of not fucking loving their life. When I was broke, I was loving my life. When I was rich, I'm loving the same fucking life. And so this is something I take a step back, I go enjoy the sun in my face. When I'm driving my car, I look outside, I take a deep breath, I see the palm trees, and I truly, truly breathe it in. Now it's like, I don't want to regret not putting in the work and achieving the materialistic things that I wanted to achieve. But I would say the bigger fear that I have is like, I go this whole way and I do not enjoy my life. Now enjoyment and fulfillment, quote unquote, means different things to different people. And that's what I'm going through right now. I realized I'm just a man. I'm a small prick in this big, big fucking universe on this green planet that's floating in the middle of the solar system that relies on a yellow ball of fire to survive. And if the yellow ball of fire feels like not coming up one day, I will no longer be alive. And we truly don't know what happens after that. I sit here and I'm grateful truly for every second that I'm alive, and I'm scared to fucking death. I'm gonna go be old and regret not being grateful and present, because I'm about to turn 22 years old. A lot of you guys in this industry make me feel old. I still understand I'm very young in the grand scheme of things, but you guys make me feel old. So number one, it's just not enjoying my life, but number two, it's not reaching my potential as a man and seeing out what I was destined to. Chris Isaiah 23 said, closing clients with no case studies. By the way, I'm at 1%. We're gonna figure out what the fuck happens. But closing clients with no case studies has been like a huge fucking thing that literally has been a problem in the agency game for a zillion years. Even when I was starting, I was like, how do I close clients? I don't have case studies. Now there's 2 ways to kind of fix this, right? Number one, it's do it for free, because you're not good at the fulfillment and you don't have case studies, and so you probably shouldn't be getting paid for it. And number 2 would just be handle the objection, right? And so I'll kind of go over both. So the first is just do it for free. Now I remember when I was starting the agency game, I had some ego. I've always had some ego that I was gonna make it. Don't know why. Never was a reason that I should have, but I did, and I think it's a part of the reason why I'm here. But I had an ego. I was like, I shouldn't be working for fucking free. These guys, like, I'm doing them a favor. But I wasn't good at it. Like, I thought I was good at it, but I had never done it before. So I was like, why the fuck am I charging for it? I did the wrong thing. I just kept fucking trying to get better at sales until I figured it out, which isn't necessarily the wrong thing. But so the first thing you could do is do a free trial. And I'm like 50-50 on free trials, because like when you offer a free trial, your client's already like, oh, it's gonna be bad, you know, basically, because like, why are you doing something for free? Free things usually aren't very good. That's why when I dropped an 8-hour course for free on YouTube, it got 1,000 views. But when I'm gonna go drop a vlog, it gets 3 times the views. Well, it's weird. The things that are free are severely undervalued. Now that's the only caveat. But I would say that you're not good at delivering what you're good at. But I would say that literally, if you go try and close 2 free clients, 3 free clients, you'll probably do it in a week, because closing a client for free, if you can't close a free client, you're fuck no not gonna close a paid client. Like, you're for sure not getting paid. Go try and close 3 clients for free. Look at this motherfucker. I'm telling y'all, This dog literally will lay here all day like he has a fucking 9 to 5, like he's stressed out. He just groaned over there. Dude, what do you have to be groaning at, bro? You literally just fucking sleep all day and bite me. So fucking cute. I love this guy though. So that's number one, just get free trial clients and then get testimonials. But the second option is literally just get better at sales, get better at marketing, get on enough calls and close a fucking paid client. But like if you're getting that objection over and over and over again, I would honestly just take the hit for a month, 30 days, go close 5 free trials, get some case studies, get some testimonials, and go show them to your client. But if you really don't want to do that for some reason, because you'll end up making more money, but if you really don't want to do it, what I would do is I'd handle the objection like this. So it depends what the prospect says, but I'll kind of speed run it. First, we tie down value, which basically means we have to make sure they see it as valuable. So they say, I don't trust you. Yep, no worries. We'll send you some case studies. You mind if I ask you a question first? He says, no. You go ahead and go, okay, John, do you think that if you came in, you got the program, do you think it would help you get XYZ outcome? Basically, we're saying, do you think if we helped you, that you would get goal? Now, if they say, no, I don't think so, or no, or yeah, I think so, we have to call that out right there and be like, you just think so? Because if they don't see it as valuable, they're never gonna buy even if it was free. They have to see it as fucking valuable and they know it's gonna help them achieve their goal. We only move on right there if they say, yes, I know this is gonna help me. If they say no, like I said, we call them out, we're like, kind of what's coming up for you then? And then we handle it right there. Now, we have to break the objection down at the core. What's the objection? It's trust. They don't trust you. Why should they trust you? You've never done it before. So it's kind of a hard objection to handle unless you wanna just lie because you've literally never done it. So the loop after that would probably go, okay, John, well, would it be fair to say that you're looking for certainty that we can actually help you get to XYZ outcome? And then they're gonna say yes, and then you can go, okay, well, John, where's that lack of certainty coming from? And you're gonna have to see, maybe they've been burnt in the past, maybe they've heard some bad things about marketing companies, and you can logistically handle it from there. All right, phone is officially dead. I'm gonna see if I can pull up those screenshots that I took of the thing on my iPad. Maybe this was better the whole time. Bill Chandler asked me, what's the best place to live as an agency owner making 5 to 10K a month? Not Miami, not where I live right now. Fuck, this shit's expensive as fuck. Like, I'm playing. But now, genuinely, it is really expensive down here to the extent where I don't even know if I want to live here anymore, because I'm just like, well, what's the point? I don't even go out. I don't even have like crazy amounts of friends down here. So I've lived everywhere, guys. Like, I've lived Jacksonville, Florida, Tampa, Atlanta, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, now Miami, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Scottsdale, Arizona, Tempe, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, Sacramento, California, the Bay Area in California, Southern California. I've lived literally fucking everywhere. And I will tell you that it does not really matter. What does matter is living with the people that I fuck with and I love. Like, if I took all my boys and I put them in one area, I could live in fucking South Dakota in a fucking cabin and I would love it. What's way more important is the connections and the people that you care about. Now, let's say you have no entrepreneur friends, then I would say like Austin, Texas, maybe. I really like Austin, or Dallas. I like Texas. Miami, I honestly don't like. All the dudes here are so superficial and fake. Like, yes, I care about money, but that is not all I care about at all. Like, I was literally going into some bar the other day and this dude that I met is literally like, whatever it takes, I'll max pay, I'll drop $10,000, I'll skip the line. Dude, no, I don't care how much money you have. Go spend $10,000 doing something good for somebody. Go give it to your mom. Go give it to your family. Like, I don't even know if he was kidding, but it's just so egotistical. It's so like, I'm better than you because I have money. You're not. You're just a normal ass human being as well. And this is coming from somebody that has a little bit of money. So point being that I would just live somewhere around your friends, your family, the people that you love, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. Now you're getting sappy Cole. But let's say you don't have a strong circle around you, then I would go somewhere where you can get a strong circle. So I think places like that, Austin, Texas, South Florida is good. I don't know about Miami though. Maybe you go like Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Boca Raton area. California is good. It's just a lot of taxes, but I would say Austin, Texas is honestly my vote. Camera's dying, camera's not dying. It's also overheating. So I'm gonna answer 2 more. One from Colin Nash. The reason you don't work as hard as you know you should, why you don't have the clarity and why you don't understand that question. I think he's asking me, why do people not do what they know they're supposed to do? Kind of. You know you're supposed to be working. Why aren't you putting in that fucking work, dog? Human beings don't know what's good for them. They know what feels good temporarily, right? You have to callous this shit. Like David Goggins says all the time, and I know it sounds corny. But basically, the reason why you're not doing the things you know you're supposed to be doing is because you don't love yourself. Because if you loved yourself, you would care about yourself enough to know that you doing those things means you're gonna get the result that you want. So 1, you don't love yourself. 2, just as importantly, you don't have clarity on why you want what you want. That's a big thing. Because it's like, let's say you were gonna die in a week. Would you collect 10 bands with your agency? Yes. Why? Because there's a gun to your head, you're gonna fucking do it. There's a motive. And so you have real clear goals on why you need to collect 10 bands. But A lot of you guys don't have to collect 10 bands. You're not in that situation. I'm not either. And so my point is that if you had a goal as strong as dying, then you would do it and you would make sure it works. Now, let's say you didn't want to make the cold calls when you were going to die in a week. If you didn't collect the money, you'd be like, well, I'm going to die in a week, so I need to make the cold calls. Now, the way that I'm talking about this is like a negative connotation of it, in a sense where it's like, if I don't do this, I'm going to get a bad result. But we can flip the script and be like, if I don't do this, I'm not going to get a good result. So let's say your dream car is you want a Lamborghini Urus. Now, let's say like all your goals are these like monetary, materialistic like goals. Like I want a Urus, I want a mansion, I want this, I want this, I want this, which is not bad, especially at the beginning. Before you get all those things, you realize it's not all that. I would just do a tie down every single time that you don't want to do something. Be like, all right, if I don't do this, I'm not going to achieve my goals. Not like a very like binary, like I'm not going to do it, but it's like the reason why I'm making this cold call. And so it's like, I would ask myself this question. Let's say you don't want to make cold calls. The reason why I'm making this cold call is so I can book more appointments. If I book more appointments, I get better at sales. I show up to more appointments. If I show up to more appointments, I'm going to close more appointments. I'm going to make money. I'm going to get a client. If I get a client, then I'm going to keep the client month over month. He's going to pay me $2K a month. I'm going to be able to use that as a case study to get my next client so I can land more clients, etc., and be able to XYZ. And then when you think about it like that, it's like you kind of do want to do it, you know? So I would have a very, very strong goal and get clarity on that. And so that's where the lack of motivation is coming from. I'm going to wrap up here. Last question. CO IHOM says, what's your opinion on just selling leads? No setup, no retainer, just cold SMS. I know people doing it, it's working. I know people doing cold calls that is working. I know people running Facebook ads that is working. Everything works. That's a good model. As long as you can deliver good, profitable leads, I think it's fucking fire. The client doesn't have to pay ad spend. You can have really good clients that buy 3 leads a day that pay 9K a month. The upside's up here. There's so much reward for you. There's very low risk for the client. But the problem is that the client can cancel a contract at any time. After 2 leads, they can be like, fuck this. And you only got paid $200 and you tried a shit ton to be able to deliver them results. So as long as your fulfillment's super dialed in, I'm down for it. But I would prepay the first 15 leads. So like $1,500 up front. Then you can do it lead to lead. Because if you don't prepay the first 15, it's not going to work on paid ads because the client is just going to be able to say, fuck you at any time and just leave. But here's the end of the video. I have no idea how long this video was. Could have been an hour, could have been 30 minutes, could be 21 minutes, could be 45 minutes. But I appreciate you guys watching. I had a really fucking long day. It's like 8 p.m. but I had to make sure I got a video out for y'all because I haven't been posting as much as I know I should be. But it's all love as always. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.